what's up guys? The Japanese pro at rank 25 in the world has revolutionized the game with the new best way to play Golem. Instead of amassing advantages with Elixir Collector and building up big pushes of doom, you're going to be attacking on all sides. Unleashing Destructive Swarm with the Night Witch Bats, Evolved Bats, and Skeleton King, and getting unbelievably unfair direct damage with Evolved Bomber Tornado. Focus on cycling bats and bombers to get to the evolutions as soon as you can. By building up mini pushes with the Skeleton King, Night Witch, and Night Witch Bats, you're going to play safe in single elixir and still be able to take entire towers. And double elixir when you've identified your opponent's deck and have enough elixir to defend the other side, Golem in the back. Drop a Skeleton King and Night Witch behind and watch your opponent desperately try to defend. If they mismanage their spells once, the Evolved Bomber, Bats, and Skeleton King will melt them immediately. If you only have room for one evolution, both of them work well, but I would personally pick the Evolved Bats. Let's rampage through with our rocks to reduce our opponent's towers to rubble and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. And gotta give a lot of Golem love to everyone that's supporting the channel with career code SirTag. Yo, we're playing against someone that finished 547 in the world. Quick is God. So I wonder if he's gonna be quick and if he's gonna be ready for our superbly fast steal. If we can go in for our Night Witch and just snag a tower early on with the Skeleton King Night Witch push, most people aren't prepared for that. Generally, they're thinking that Golem is a huge threat, and I don't like Goleming in single elixir with this deck because it's uncomfortable when you don't have elixir to defend like an Expo on the other side. But if you go in for Night Witch, it fuels up the Skeleton King so you can build up a much bigger push. We're pop the ability here so we can start tanking for the Night Witch so we can spawn even more bats, and then diffuse the situation with Tornado so that our bats are able to get a little bit more value. If the bats are fine here and we end up killing a bit more of his tower, I think it's worthwhile, especially since we're cycling and he doesn't think that we have an answer, but we've got skeleton dragons, which are going to comfortably lock and clean up on the balloon. I think it gets one hit on our tower and that's it. That's all he gets. Not bad. Obviously, if we didn't NATO, I think we would have been able to activate King Tower, but at the same time, the skeleton dragons are going to give us a lot of offense here. Forcing out a zap and snagging a couple shots on the tower too. Not too bad. We're gonna go Golem in the corner because it's a little bit harder for him to pull. If he's gonna be using a building, it's gonna have to be a bit of a different trajectory than he's usually gonna be dropping his building for the longest possible pathway to pull. So because of that, we're gonna mess with his mental a little bit, drop our Night Witch, make sure that we can have the Night Witch Bats go behind the Golem so we can get maximum value. Then we're gonna go and drop our Skeleton King because we assume the bats will die. And when the bats die, we wanna go and clean them up and, you know, be able to go and throw more skeletons back in our opponent's face. If he fireballs, that's fine. We can go pop the ability. The Night Witch we really want to defend as much as we possibly can because it's an endless source of value. It's a walking spawner. I mean, if you've got a walking spawner, you better be walking away with a win, right? Look at the skeletons. There's no way. That is so uncanny that they would survive like that and then just still snack on the tower. This deck is the definition of devious, and I am loving it. I'm going to go for Skeleton Dragons in the back right, and then I can go in for a Golem at the river. And I think the Skeleton Dragons might go behind it if I'm lucky. Please. Please. All right, one of them will go behind. I think the other ones will just die. Oh, both of them went behind. No way. Yo, this is awesome. Because I can Fireball, and then I'm pretty sure with the Golem exploding, we kill most of his other stuff. And then we can go in for Bats here, and then we can, I think, finish everything off with a NATO. Like, activate King Tower here for sure. So we're going to go and snag that. The King Tower activation is clutch. Then we can go in for the Skeleton Dragons to finish off the rest of his stuff. And then I believe we don't have to do this, but I want to. I don't want to lose my tower to these bats. Wait, this is actually a little bit bad that I have to Fireball here. I don't love it, but it is what it is. Wait, can we still defend? I think that there's a chance that I'm able to defend this as well. I'm going to Tornado everything back, and I'm going to Fireball in the tower. This is going to be so freaking close. I don't know if we're able to stop this balloon. The balloon just needs one shot on my tower. There's like 1 second left. Let's go. We would have taken the tower in the right anyway, but it's still nice to have a clean game where you don't even lose a tower. Dominantly destroying a top 500 player in the world feels superb. And after loving the win against Lava Hound, we've pushed up to 7,600 in the world. Hey, we got a game against Mr. Banana, and I feel like we're gonna throw him for a loop. There is no way that his butt is prepared for the immense amount of bats that we are ready to just spam and unleash on the battlefield. So I'm going to go for the Night Witch in the back first play. I think that one of the bats might go in the right if we're lucky. Ah, none of them. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. Oh, the guy's going to go poison me. Oh, sir, you are out here with the toxic spell. I see you. Unfortunately for us, we took a bunch of damage on the left, but we can go for a bomber here. Oh my goodness. My guy. He's got poison delivery right now. He's delivering as many counters as he possibly can to my doorstep. But I still think that this is an advantageous position for me. As you can see, despite this guy having poison, bomber, and also a delivery, we're in a definite decent position. Also, I think I can activate King Tower here if I hit it properly with the NATO. Maybe we get it. Yeah! So that is really difficult to do, but if you refine your counters and maximize your efficiency with the best tornado placement, you guys mechanically will be able to pull off plays like that, where you can activate King Tower, -1 trade, but for the rest of the match, you're going to have a defensive footing and advantage. The banana butt is probably butthurt from that one, not going to lie. So I'm going to go in for a Golem in the back since we are up a lot of elixir and we have King Tower activated, and we can go about bats here. Probably should have dropped the... Yeah, I should have dropped the Golem in the right-hand side, but I was thinking, and I'm a thinker sometimes, I was like, if he decides to go in for some sporadic spam poison, he's going to be able to splash onto the tower that we don't want him to splash onto. I don't really feel like I have to defend against a Goblin Drill just yet, so I guess it was smart for us to go on the left. I didn't think it was, but now I realize that my stupidity was successful. All right, he's going to delivery, so we don't want to do anything else. We don't want to pop the ability too soon. We do want to drop it after the delivery comes down, and then we can also go in for a bomber if we want, or we can go Skeleton Dragons. Most of the time, these decks struggle significantly into Skeleton Dragons at the river because they don't have anything besides their poison or fireball. Like, the bomber's not able to shoot up. It's just looking at that, it's like, herp to derp, what am I supposed to do here? And it's not helping. It is actually not able to see because he is a skeleton without eyes. And we seized this tower, so as long as we're able to defend this push right now, we will win the game. And spoiler alert, I don't even care about the wall breakers. All I care about is spamming as much as I possibly can. You know what? We're taking so much damage. Oh my gosh. Dude, calm down with the aggression, my guy. That is basically my entire tower gone. Wait, we have to make a push here. We have to make a huge push. Push in the right direction, please. All right. We're going to go and drop the Skeleton King ability if we can. That would be awesome. And it was looking like it was going to come down, but it didn't. Let's go in for Bomber and Bats on the right. And maybe we can prolong the fight just long enough for the Evo Bats to lock on the tower. He doesn't have delivery back in cycle. He doesn't have delivery. If he doesn't have delivery, you can't stop that. We're going to go Night Witch as well. Bats need to lock on the tower. He's going for a poison. He has the delivery on that, but now he also has to kill the tower. Is he going to be able to cycle back to a drill in time? Are we going to win by 1 second in both of our matches? There's no way. No, we're going to lose.
This is fine.
It was 1 HP. It was almost destined for doom against this dude. All right, we're going to go for a Golem in the middle because he used his Tesla, so I think it's going to be harder for him to counter this. Then we can go pop the ability, and then we can go for Evo Bomber probably. I'm thinking that Evo Bomber is the dirtiest and despicable way of winning that we want to achieve. So we're going to Evo Bomber here, we're going to Fireball, the Golem's going to explode, and this guy is dead. He is sent to the Shadow Realm to join our skeletons from our Skeleton King and our Bomber. At least you're in the company of overpowered cards. He even said well played at the end, despite our Golem deck being super aggressive. You gotta appreciate this chivalrous Sir's sportsmanship. Yo, we got a game against Arian. Keep quiet. Or quit? I don't know. Anyway, I think he meant to spell quiet. Maybe. I don't know, but I yap like crazy, so I really can't keep quiet. It's against my religion. So I'm going to go in for Skeleton Dragons in the back left. Usually not the smartest strategy in the world to go and cycle those big bad boys at the start when your opponent possibly has a Rail Recruit stack. But we're going to do it anyway. We blast off out here. Oh, it's going to be a Hog Rider deck. Yeah, so he's Hog Ridering. As soon as we see a Firecracker with Ice Spirit, we knew that that was the case. But I didn't know 100% until I saw the cards. We had to see Yu-Gi-Oh's cards all unveiled before us, so we didn't fall for the trap card of expecting it to be a Royal Recruit stack. Wait, no way. There's no shot that I'm able to pop that ability off and lock it on the tower like this. There's 2 hits, maybe even 3, for the 3 times, no. That would have been so cool. Also, I think some of the skeletons were wandering towards this King Tower to activate King Tower, and that would have been horrible. So don't let that happen ever. Skeleton Dragons, I choose you. Finish that off. Beautiful. They used Flamethrower, and they were super effective against the Firecracker, even though the Firecracker should be able to handle the heat, but she tasted defeat. So I'm going to go in for a Bomber here. We'll probably get him to click the ability, but I'm going to get like 2 hits. Just 1. Oh, that sucked. That was actually really, really bad. He's going to BM me too. He's not very nice. I don't appreciate that behavior, my guy. So fortunately for us, we do kill the Mighty Miner because obviously if we are going to have a decent card cycle, we can just go in for a Fireball on top of his Firecrackers to make sure he doesn't hurt my tower too much. But the Mighty Miner is going to die to the King Tower, so that would have been a huge difference. I think it would have been a drastic difference in damage. Anyway, we want to Fireball in this as soon as we possibly can because this is going to be hell for me. Firecracker, get out of the game, please. No one loves you. All right, the 1 bat staying alive is cool, but oh my gosh, Evo Skeletons are broken. They're so strong. Wait, we can go for Skeleton Dragons? Run it back. Skeleton Dragons commence the attack. Okay, they didn't really splash onto the tower, but they did mess with our opponent's mental a little bit. And wait, no, they do hit the tower. Let's go. Undefeated skeleton dragons. They're undead for a reason. You love to see it. They don't die. All right, so he used the firecracker, which is a huge misplay on his end. Like, cycling that there is bad. Now he doesn't have as much elixir and as many counters to counter this. So, you know, we can casually go in for one of these. Say sayonara to that firecracker. Go click another ability. Go for an Evo Bomber and Skeleton Dragons and throw everything at the river. And hopefully this delivers us some damage. I don't know, but I want to see it work, bro. Please, if we go Evo Bats and then we fireball in the firecracker, is this going to work for the one time? For the one time, please, let's go! It sucks onto the tower, and it is really sucking for our dude. These vampire bats are broken sometimes. Okay, so one thing for sure, if they go for Hog Rider, you want to go Bomber here so that you can still activate King Tower or pull the Hog Rider to the King Tower. It's important to do that, otherwise you're going to get a really bad trade. Do not fall flat like me sometimes. All right, so we're going to go Skeleton King and Skeleton Dragons, and that's probably okay. Yeah, I could just, like, maybe casually Fireball cycle. We want to get those Skeletons out of cycle because they're annoying. Go Golem in the back. Skeleton Dragons do kill. So I wonder what this guy is doing. I wonder what he's thinking when he goes in for that, because that's like a lot of elixir.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Spending that is crazy, my guy. So we're going to go Night Witch, and we can pop the ability as well. I do want to pop the ability because I really want to kill that Mighty Miner so he's not able to build up something big with it. If he loses that, that's huge. All right, we're going to Fireball, and then we'll NATO. And then we'll try to be able to defend this with Bats and then Evo Bomber. Oh my gosh, that Firecracker hit my tower. I think I'm screwed. Unless the Golem does him dirty fast. Let's go! I can't believe that Firecracker hit my tower. I thought it was going to burst up in flames. But fortunately for us, that Golem was the push of hell that he couldn't stop. I was looking at my Golem Night Witch on the right, and he was barely even touching it. I was like, what is his decision? And he just wanted to go all in for the win, and luckily we were able to defend that Firecracker. Because if that got a second shot, I would have gotten extinguished. Beating a Evolved Firecracker is never easy because you have to Fireball it for a -1 trade every time. And playing against Evolved Skeletons is exceedingly difficult too. Your spells and splash damage can't reliably kill them, and they constantly multiply all for 1 elixir. So you want to be going in for your pushes when they don't have Evo Skeletons in cycle, Fireballing the Firecrackers and saving Tornado for the Hog Rider. When you play better than your opponent, you can still demolish some of the most annoying evolutions for this deck. Hey, we gotta give me his cosmology. So if this guy is a scientific sir and maybe a very astute and intellectual individual, I think we have to use our big brain. Use our evolutions. Evolve and blast our brain power to a different dimension of toxicity. So as you guys can see, we cycled both of our cards that are vehicles to get to our evolution a little bit quicker. And we are speedrunning right now. Also, he's gonna have a very fast cycle deck, so a bit annoying, but I believe. If we can Tornado? Oh, no. Maybe? Yes! The vacuum cleaner! The vacuum cleaner sucked up the princess!
I wanna be a vacuum cleaner.
That's awesome. It's so derpy to see the Skeleton King be able to hit that, but we take those. This is cool. We're vibing. If I go for a Golem in the back, it'd be an astoundingly stupid position for me to be in because we will get spammed and we will die. So I don't want to do that. So instead, we are just going to go for the Night Witch. Clean up those bats with something. Sir, we'll see what you're going to do. What are you going to do against the bats? The bats are flowing through. He has to go in for some sort of splash. Yeah, I was going to say splash damage, and there it is. Fireball, please. Fireball the princess. There's fire everywhere. And then his tower is on fire. So that's good. We take those. All right. So the Goblin Barrels is going to be out of cycle for a little bit. If you guys are unaware, you can go for an Evo Bomber behind your tower, and it full counters Goblin Barrel. Very cool interaction that we're about to show right now. Look at that. You thought Evo Bomber wasn't broken enough? That's why it's in this deck against Goblin Barrel. If you didn't know, now you know. It's pretty OP, bro. It hit the tower. What? I don't think they understand what a balanced card is in Clash. But that definitely isn't it. Oh, I guess the Evo Skeletons are somehow surviving a Golem explosion too. That's cool. That's really cool. I like this. I think evolutions are fair. They just refuse to die and they refuse to not give value. They always give value no matter what. Oh my goodness. That is crazy and wacky and weird, but we vibe with it. All right, so I want to Fireball on that princess so then we can force X for elixir because we don't want to clean up our skeletons so easily, sir. We want to force out as much as we can. We're going to Bomber and we're going to go Bats, and then the skeleton's locking the tower for a little bit. Dude, he lost it again. He's losing his mind. He's losing so much value to me. All right, let's run it back. Let's run it back. So I can go in for Skeleton Dragons and left. I can also go Skeleton King. I can also go Night Witch. I think Skeleton Dragons are the best option because they're less susceptible to dying. And then we can Tornado on the Golem Barrel, which is a very cool strategy because that is allowing us to activate King Tower. All right. If we Fireball, can we hit the Princess as well? The answer is no. But if we go in for a Bomber, we probably can. Maybe. I didn't drop it fast enough, did I? No, I didn't. You can go Golem here, though. I don't know if this is going to work. I've never done this before. I hope it kills everything. Please. Very cool. Going to lose the Princess and the Tesla. And then we can go for Evo Bats. Run it, right? Let's just run it. Why not? There's no way. There's no way he kills those. He actually just can't. He literally just can't. He loses the Princess, I'm pretty sure. And when he does, he loses the game. So crazy. Evo Bats are so broken. It's Evolution's taking over the game. Like, for real. The Evolutions were the only impactful cards in these games, at least in this one, and everything else was just cannon fodder. The Bats cannibalized everything, even though in the face of a 3 Elixir Princess that he was using for splash damage, I didn't even Tornado because I just wanted to see it work, and he couldn't kill it. There was no card in his deck to stop 2 Elixir. Meanwhile, his 1 Elixir Skeletons completely shredded my Golem. Even though my Golem exploded, it still couldn't kill the 1 Elixir Skeletons. At least there's some pretty cool outplays that you can make, like knowing that Evolved Bomber is able to clean up Goblin Barrel. A lot of people don't know that placement. And we were able to capitalize on knowing that he had no counter to the Evo Bat, spamming it at the river, securing the win. Hey, what's up, okay? So, hopefully you're not going to be okay after our first play. I'm going to go in for a Skeleton King or Bats, depending on what we're feeling. And yeah, I'm going to go Bats in the back and split him. He's not going to have Mother Witch, right? When we see Ghost, there's no way. There's no way you're packing Ghost, Royal Giant, Mother Witch. You wouldn't do that to me. All right, cool. He's maybe going to be running a Royal Giant deck, which is difficult for us to defend when we do not have buildings. So primarily, you're going to be playing very aggressive in these type of matchups. I actually don't want to go too aggressive right now until the Fisherman's out of cycle, and there it is. I can click the Skeleton King ability, and then we're going to be able to finish off the Fisherman, and then possibly make something happen here with the Night Witch Bats into the Phoenix. The Fisherman dies. That's huge. That's actually massive. Because if he loses the Phoenix right now into the Night Witch, he's not going to be able to capitalize and build up a big Royal Giant push. I'm going to try to, but it's not going to work out so well. I said he shouldn't be able to, and he's trying. He's like, Jake, you say I can't do it. I got to prove you wrong. But eventually, you're just going to be singing a sad song, donating a huge Elixir Royal Giant investment into Skeleton Dragons. And then wasting the Electro Spirit and then having to go Bar Barrel too. So he's spending all of his Elixir right now. The thing is, we cannot go Golem unless we have Tornado to stop him from activating King Tower with the Fisherman. That is a prerequisite for any of our pushes. So again, we're going to go and cycle our Night Witch in the back, build up a big push with a Skeleton King, Night Witch push, and then click the Skeleton King ability when the Bats die, because then we'll have ample amount of Skeletons in our entire vacuum cleaner to just throw at our opponent. And yeah, it's good. We're going to click the ability right now. He's going to go for Electro Spirit, but he's not going to be able to chain onto all the Skeletons immediately. And maybe the Night Witch can endeavor closer to the tower. We're forcing out a Bar Barrel as well. I could have obviously went for an Evolved Bomber there, but that's just not a smart decision. I'd rather Tornado and then use the Bats whenever we get the chance. So we'll go and do that real quick. I want these Bats to start working on the RG so we don't take as much damage. Sure, we're wasting a 2 Elixir evolution, but the Royal Giant is also a evolution as well. So it's nice to get that out of sight, out of mind. Also, we're going to be able to kill the egg, which is good. And we want to be able to cycle back to our Golem plus Tornado. So fortunately for us, I will be back to the Tornado in time. And if he wants to spam in the other side, I don't think it will be very lucrative because all of his damage is in the left. So I think he's going to be pressured to defend instead of going in for an aggressive play, which is what you should do if you're a Royal Giant player. You should try to apply pressure on the other side. And if he does, that's the smart decision. But we can Bomber, kill the Archer, and then, honestly, we can just do this. This isn't that bad. We can go in for Skeleton Dragons afterward. We can click the Skeleton King ability because he doesn't have any spirits back. And now he's going to take a ton of damage. Look at that. Wait, I think he just loses. There's no way he stops that. There's actually no shot. Dude, that Skeleton King is ruthless. We're going to Fireball here as well, and maybe we can surprise him with the Skeleton Dragons on the tower if one of those locks. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. And now we can go in for a Bomber, Bats, probably just Tornado here, and defend this and focus on the defense, because if we can, then we're able to Fireball and then Tornado and win the game. This Fireball doesn't do enough. It does 302, and then my Tornado isn't even max level, because I feel like if you are to max out all of your cards, the Tornado should be last. You're really just doing it to pull off the defenses whenever you can. And the bat finished off the tower before we were able to smack him down with the tornado. Slapping a Royal Giant deck down when you have 0 buildings is a symbol of this deck's strength. Because every deck that I can think of playing against Royal Giant without a building is an instant loss. But by using Tornado on defense and pressuring with Skeleton King and Night Witch at the right points, we were okay no matter the play. Smash the like button like a golem if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.